I want you to know about Fairview, Texas. Fairview is absolutely one of my favorite parts of all of North Texas, all of DFW. And a lot of people are kind of unfamiliar or like loosely familiar with the boundaries of Fairview. It's very much in that northeast Allen pocket, south of McKinney, Princeton-ish, west of Princeton, Lavon, in between Allen and McKinney generally. It's a jaggedy boundary, right? So I'm not going to give you necessarily a bunch of highways and things, but east of Central, north of Allen, south of McKinney and Princeton, a really cool, not terribly large, really cool pocket there. And it's got to be one of my top 2 favorite neighborhoods in all of DFW. It's got some old, mature, cool, welcoming feel to parts of Fairview. And then there's some very new retail, awesome new construction parts of Fairview as well. And so I love this because I think there's a lot worth learning about in North Texas. I mean, all over North Texas, but especially in Fairview. So Fairview is highly, highly regarded for nice homes, a lot of larger lots, a very clean, fresh, inviting community. It's well run. Lovejoy School District is pretty much the Fairview, one of the big Fairview draws. And so there's a lot of people moving into kind of newer homes up there, really enjoying great schools, great restaurants, great shopping like Ian was talking about, some big box stuff, massive newer shopping centers. But again, also some kind of cool, older, sleepier is probably not the right word, but charming is the word I'm looking for there. Retail, as well as like just the essentials. My favorite spot, for those that want to know, my favorite neighborhood in Fairview is Timberwood is what I call it. It's such a kind of quiet, small pocket that most people don't refer to it kind of by neighborhood name. But you're talking about kind of Angel Parkway, dead ends into it, Angel Parkway and Stacy. It's like drops in elevation. There's some movement, some up and down in there. There's no 2 lots that are the same. There's no 2 houses that are the same. Everything's got size as far as like a half acre or more. That it tend to be larger homes, but they're not all these big battleship show places. There's real charm and class and uniqueness. There's some kind of quirky ones in there. The lower lying ones have big mature trees. The higher lying ones have some cool views and things. That's one of my favorite places, literally in my top 3 neighborhoods in DFW for sure, maybe top 2. There's also some really cool, there's a great golf course there. There's a 55 plus community right near that golf course that like people kind of need to know about. We're talking about Heritage Ranch. By need to know, you should check it out, especially if you're considering a 55 plus community or anybody you know. Let's get into some specifics about Fairview. I've got a statistic here, Ian, that I would have seen coming, but it's fascinating how accurate it is. So you look at home values.
Yep.
Why don't you comment a little bit about neighborhoods? And I've got an observation on the homes on land that I would love to share.
Yeah, we look at kind of the last 6 years of neighborhood homes, and we're going to say under an acre.
And the reason 6 years is an interesting timetable is because it's basically COVID and beyond.
Kind of pre-COVID.
Yeah, just barely before
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Because that first year of COVID, we didn't see what we saw in the next couple of years.
Right.
So you got pre-COVID, through COVID, post-COVID. In 2020, your average home price, you've got a similar number of homes for sale. It's kind of in that 80 to 100. In 2020, it's 360K. 21, 443.
Yep, big jump.
22, 520.
Big jump.
23, 510.
Totally predictable. We're seeing it all the way across the market. Basically flat, little bitty drop.
24, 520.
Little bitty bump.
25, so this year currently 439.
Right, and now current statistics, anytime we give you 2025 numbers, we always caution you.
Yeah.
That's unreliable because you're only seeing probably
giving you the first 6 months.
Data through May, maybe not even June. And so you're missing a lot of the heat of the market. So that number will probably average up by the end of the year. So you're seeing that 360 to 443, 443 to 520, big jumps. And then you're seeing mortgage rates change, the world change, economics change, kind of flat for 22, 23, 24. And then year to date, 25 down. But my prediction by the end of 2025, that will feel either slightly down or flat. Now, let me tell you how different the homes on land market. Let me show you homes on land. And Fairview is well, I shouldn't say well known because we're kind of talking about how often people don't really know a lot about Fairview, but in the real estate community, I love Fairview for homes on land. There's some absolutely gorgeous properties in Fairview that are on a half acre or more. Lots of the 1, 2, 3, 4 acre properties. And I mean, like generational, don't sell that house, leave it to your kids. This is an incredible property type place. 2020, the average price for a home on land in Fairview was $740,000. Obviously, these are higher priced homes typically. 2025, 1.48. So you almost exactly see a double. I mean, that is exactly double, but that's the average, right? So your average price has doubled even in the market where a lot of areas have kind of gone flat. So from 2020 to 2025, for small acreage property in Fairview, we went 740. Look at this jump, Courtney, to 1.2 in 1 year. 740 to 1.2. Then we went 129, 123, little bitty dip, 138, back up, and 148, back up again. So we did almost all of that doubling in that post-COVID market where people were like, I'm out of here. I want space. I'm working remote. I can afford it. I want to live in a beautiful place surrounded by beautiful places with great schools, with great shopping, with great retail, but I want to be kind of out on the edge. I want some trees. I want Fairview. And they went and got it. And then since then, we've gone from 125 to 148. Yeah. Fairview is one of those markets where people are kind of going to get what they want. It's a really incredible market that is a goal for a lot of people. Like to get a little further out, get a little more land, get a little more house, and just love where I live. And I'm telling you, pretty much everyone I know who lives in Fairview, and I know a lot of people that live there, absolutely love it. I mean, you just don't hear complaining about Fairview, Texas, folks. So that's kind of the value stuff. We talked about some of the misunderstandings about Fairview. We talked about the location, but there are more homes on land there than in a lot of DFW areas. It's a big chunk of that market. And as you know, we love homes on land. Days on market is still pretty darn low there compared to a lot of other surrounding markets, which just tells you it's still a competitive, desirable market. And there's about 3 months worth of houses on the market in Fairview right now, which is still kind of a seller's market. Not a crazy seller leverage, but sellers have pretty good leverage there. And it's a good time to be getting in there because home values haven't gone crazy lately, but they're still on the rise. There's no reason to think they would go down. And I'm just telling you, if you haven't driven through Fairview, Texas, if you're local or you're visiting the area, holler at us. We'll gladly go and tell you and show you Fairview, Texas, partially because we like driving through Fairview, Texas, also because it is a heck of a place to live and work and play. Check out Fairview, Texas.